Hello, and today, welcome to my channel. Today, I want to talk about something that used to overwhelm me quite a bit. It is, and it was falling behind. You know that what is it? Fear of, FOFMO. I'm sorry, fear of missing out. Oh my God. I was feeling like I was behind all the time. Like even when I was actually working, it still felt like I was behind everyone else and everyone was speaking one language and I was speaking another. Sometimes it was just a lot. I felt overwhelmed because no matter what I did, it never felt like it was enough. You ever feel that way? At the end of the day, you wonder, is that enough? Even on days when I showed up, took action, made progress, there was a consistent feeling that I was still falling behind, that I was missing something, that everyone was in on the joke, but I was on the outside. I look at what I'd done immediately, think, I hadn't done enough. Just immediately, it was like all this stuff, and you haven't done anything. No, there was always something more that I felt I could be doing. And that was the overwhelmed part we talked about last week. The mistake I made, I was trying to measure my progress emotionally instead of practically, and then comparing myself. That's a big one. But I assumed that if I still felt behind, that I must not be moving forward. When on the contrary, you're always moving forward if you're working at anything that you enjoy doing. But what I eventually realized is that progress often feels slower than it actually is. Sometimes you think it's slow, but you're really gathering the information and working on whatever you're working on, especially when you're changing habits, building something new, or doing work that isn't immediately visible. Sometimes there's no pay, there's no hey, you did a good job, no gold star, but it's not visible immediately, but it will be because it has to be. You're doing the work. Feeling behind doesn't always mean you're failing or falling behind. Sometimes it just means that you're in the middle of progress. Sometimes building something up takes time, and progress seems like it's not happening, but it is. When you started paying attention to you're actually doing, excuse me, instead of how it felt, sometimes that idea of not doing enough shifts, because then you see that you start paying attention. Say, okay, let me pay attention to what I'm actually doing instead of how I felt. Oh, I don't feel like I'm behind. Pay attention to what you're doing, not what you're feeling. And then you're going to see how that attitude or that perception shifts. I could see that, and for me, I could see that I was moving, that even if it didn't feel fast enough, it was still movement forward. And that's what I strive for every day. So if you're showing up, doing the work, and still feeling behind and having that FOMO, fear of missing out, it doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. It just it's just that you're expecting progress to feel different than it actually does. So take your time, work it through, and understand that you are not falling behind. And no, what is for you is for you. And if you're feeling overwhelmed or feel like you're falling behind, that's not that you're broken or that you're making a mistake. You just need a calmer starting point. So I hope that this helped and see you next time. Bye bye.